Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of Tomer Devorah. We're on day 29, chapter 10. I just want to recap day 28, which really kind of, it's a beautiful picture of the Shekhinah, and it gave such an insightful lesson about how it attaches to our husbands and when it does attach and how we can unify the Shekhinah and the ways that we protect it as well. And it's so beautiful. I feel very comforted in the knowledge that the Shekhinah goes out with my husband. It's almost like, it's a part of me. It's like his other wife that's with him. And surely that we must take great care in not offending the Shekhinah and causing it to go away. So in that respect, that's incumbent upon all of us. And it really is so beautiful to see how things are working, and of course we never can get a full, the depth of how great all these things are happening in the supernal world, but it's such a beautiful imagery that they've given to us in this sefer, and it's just it really does help you to want to elevate in your mitzvot and your kavanah. So we're going to start today's day 29. By the way, this is it, the final countdown. I believe we have today and tomorrow's lesson. And then that's it. We've completed the sefer, guys. Like, it's mazal tov to everybody. This is a great accomplishment. So day 29, chapter 10. And it states, in the Zohar on Parshas Bereshis 11a, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai explains the Torah's great and important advice as to how a person can be bound to the supernal holiness and conduct himself according to it, never becoming separated from the supernal sephiros. Man must act according to the time, meaning to know which sephira dominates at a particular time, so he can bind himself to it and carry out the rectification associated with this ruling attribute. He starts off his explanation from man's obligation at night, the time when man retires to bed. The ruling attribute is then night, the attribute of Malchus. He then goes to sleep. But since sleep is considered like death, when the tree of death rules, what should one do? He should prepare and proceed to bind himself to the essence of sanctity, which is also the essence of the attribute of Malchus, in its aspect of holiness. For this purpose, when preparing to go to bed, he should concentrate on accepting the complete yoke of the heavenly kingdom upon himself. Upon arising at midnight, he should wash his hands from the external forces that dominate them, removing the evil spirits from his flesh. He should then recite the blessing on Torah learning and rectify the Shekhinah through Torah study. About this, it is said, Mishlei 6:22, when you lie down, it will guard you from the external evil forces, and when you awaken, your talk will be with her, meaning the Torah, and she will bound to you and you to her. Then his heavenly soul in Gan Eden will rise together with Shekhinah, which enters there with the righteous. Tiferes will also come there to delight with the righteous and be with him in their company, all listening to his voice, meaning learning Torah. This way, he actually journeys together with her, meaning the Shekhinah, from a state of sleep and death to the essence of heavenly life, where he becomes bound to the essence of Gan Eden, and the light of Tiferes, which shines upon the righteous in Gan Eden, begins to shine upon him. This is the explanation given in the Zohar on Parshas Teruma 130b. As the morning star ascends early in the morning, one starts on his path to come and enter the Beis HaKnesses, binding himself to the three patriarchs. At the entrance to the Beis HaKnesses, he recites the verse, and I, through your abundant kindness, come into your house. I bow toward your holy sanctuary in awe of you. Tehillim 5:8, merging himself with the essence of Tiferes, Adam, which comprises the attributes of Chesed, Gevurah, and Tiferes, and he entered into the Knesset Yisrael, which is the attribute of Malchus. He then meditates on the essence of the three patriarchs. When reciting the verse, with your abundant kindness, corresponds to Avraham. I bow toward your holy sanctuary corresponds to Yitzhak. For bowing, that is, lowers one's stature towards the attribute of judgment, allowing himself to be pushed aside by it, derives from the side of the aspect of Yitzhak. Then the time of strict judgment will be pushed aside from him, for the bounty of compassion from above will be bestowed upon this attribute to sweeten. In awe of you corresponds to Yaakov, as it is written, How awesome is this place? Bereshis 28:17. Behold, he has merged himself with them with this thought, speech, and action. For thought is the meditation we mentioned, speech is reciting the verse, and action is coming to the Beis HaKnesset and bowing towards his holy sanctuary. Just as a side note, I had learned in a shir that particular verse in Tehillim is actually a segula, especially that verse Tehillim 5:8, especially against Ayin Hara. So I am quite pleased to see it. I recite it every day, so I'm quite pleased to see, what's actually going on. It's always so fascinating. Sometimes we just do these things, but truly we are the descendants of Am Yisrael when they just did, and then they understood. So how beautiful. We are almost there, guys. Again, Mazal Tov to everybody who completed this far. Tomorrow we'll conclude the sefer, and it's been an amazing journey, an amazing book, and I'm so glad to have shared it with you. And that's it for today. So Bezrat Hashem, we'll all be together again soon.